Hi everyone! As you know, I'm a very fun-loving individual to the point where I use my Porsche 911 to haul kids. I've got baby seats in the back. Today my daughter and I are going on a quick biking trip and we need to fit a roof rack onto this Porsche 911. This is the roof rack that I picked up. Now, Porsche calls it a roof transport system, so don't call it a roof rack, don't call it crossbars. This is a roof transport system. But anyways, today I'm going to show you how to fit this onto this 911, then I'm going to show you how to fit the actual bike rack onto it, then I'm going to show you how to fit a proper bike onto the roof of this roof rack, and hopefully this will allow you to convince your spouse or significant other that a car like that is a sensible daily driver which you can use for a lot of fun activities. To install these crossbars, or rather the roof transport system, onto the 911, you have to reveal some hidden things. And Porsche actually cleverly designed the system. You see this rubber protector here. If you take something sharp and you lift it up and you pull it out of the way, you've got, come on, you've got these two metal pieces which you then also lift out of the way. You've got this guy here and then another one here. So this will allow you to attach this system onto the roof. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And as we move to the back, there we go. And just like in the front, you lift it up. And repeat the same on the other side. Now, when you look at the crossbars, when you look at the roof transport system, you can see there are two different kinds. So one has the spoilers, the other one doesn't. The one that has the spoilers sits in the front. Also, you can see underneath there are labels which show you where each point should be. So this point should be on the driver's side, which is exactly what we're going to do. You see in the crossbars, I'm going to call them crossbars, you've got these grooves which will fit over these little arms. So you stick it in here. Come on. All right, let's try this again. Oh, yep. They're in. The same thing on this side. This is what it looks like up close. And before you tighten it, you take this rubber piece and you just stick it under so it sits down. And next, what you do is you press with one hand. There you go. I'm going to show it to you like this. You press with one hand, and then you take this specialty tool that comes with the kit. Okay, when the tool twists, when these two arrows match, that tells you that you're at 8 Newton meters, so that's your torque indicator. Very, very clever. All right. And then we can close it, and this comes with a key, so we're gonna lock it, but not until the very end. Same thing with the back. You see, this tells you that this is on the driver's side, so this goes like that. Slide it over. And tighten it. And the crossbars, for the most part, are installed. If you just want to rock the crossbars, this is what the car looks like. Check this out. It's barely noticeable, but what's cool about it is even though it sits on the sloping roof line, the actual top area is completely flat. Next, we're going to mount this bike rack on top of the crossbars, or rather the roof transport system. First, we grab these, and these are the things that come with the rack, and essentially each one of these crossbars, I'm going to call them crossbars from now on, they have this channel here that's covered by this rubber plastic or rubber bushing or rubber strip, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, you want to cut it to size so you can slide this guy in here. And you're going to do the same thing in the back. Now, in order for you to be able to slide it, you've got to lift this up, which is why we didn't close it. So you lift it up and you bring it down. And then obviously you want to remove this nut. And now we're gonna take the bike rack and basically slide it into the hole. So slide it in here, and then in the back we're gonna adjust it, and this is where it slides. Next step is you take these nuts. So this is these nuts. Anyways, you basically tighten it here, and then you take this one, this is the lockable one, and tighten it here. I take it back. For the one in the back, you still take it and put it in one of these lockable guys. And after you tighten it, you can then, okay, A little more. You tighten it as tight as you think it should be, but you don't want to overkill it. Perfect. A little too much. You tighten it. And this is how you clip it. And check this out. You can actually lock it in place here so no one steals your precious rack. Bam. And it's locked. You can also lock your bike here. And if you notice, on my case, the locking mechanism is actually on the inner side. Usually people put it on this side. I specifically put it on the inside just to make the removal a little more difficult in case I want to park it somewhere, and in case someone wants to steal it, it'll be just a little harder. But here's a little surprise. I actually fitted a second bike carrier because I couldn't fit my daughter's bike inside. So this is the Porsche branded one, but this one is sort of a jerry-rigged Volvo one that I have from my previous car. Now, it doesn't necessarily fit very well. That's why I didn't do a video on it. It's held on one bolt here. Then on this side, I had to use these plastic zip ties. In the back also, I cannot properly attach it, so I'm also using these heavy-duty plastic zip ties. I'm also going to reinforce it on this side now that I look at it. I don't want to do a clip in this video on it because this is not the proper way of doing it, but I'm going to put a tiny bike on it, you'll see in a little bit. So this should be fine for the short distance, but I am going to order proper mounts similar to that so I can mount this Volvo Rack onto my Porsche. Oh! I get 80 miles to the gallon on this hog. Anyways, this is the bike that we're going to be putting on top of this car, and as you can tell, I did a couple of outtakes. Ooh. Ooh. That was a close one. My balls. And the kit also comes with this bag because we're going to be taking the front tire off. So check this out. You take the front tire off, and I'm sure if you're a cyclist or a mountain biker, you know how to do it. Oh, that's right. I forgot I've got solid axles. Anyways, we take it out. Oh, snap. You will not be able to do it on a mountain bike like this because I've got the axles that go through. This is designed, crap, for axles, or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we can still make it work. It's gonna be a little harder, but oh man. But you know what? We're gonna do something different. We're gonna put this back. That's what I get for wanting a fancy bike. We're not going mountain biking today. We're gonna go road biking, which means I have another ace up my sleeve. Woo! Now that's more like it. Oh yeah. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a hog that I built a couple of years ago, more like 15 years ago. This is a 1990 Trek frame, to which I fitted some Shimano 105 components, on which I've done a bunch of American Lung Association treks across Cape Cod. So this bike is very, very special to me. But now it's time for me to mount it onto the roof rack, which is super easy this time. So look, we undo the front wheel. The wheel comes off, and now we snap it. This goes over here, over the axle, and this goes over here. We snap it in place like this. If you don't know how to tighten this, you have another problem. You can also lock it on the inside. To snap it, you essentially, here, I'm gonna loosen it up again for you. You see this little thing? So this is how you adjust your tension. So as you adjust it in and out, and this, again, based on your fork size and everything. Once you adjust it to your specifications, you basically lock it. This lock then goes into this hole, and this means that you can actually lock it using this key. In the back, we've got this little snapper here, pretty self-explanatory. And that's what this bike looks like on the roof. You might also ask yourself, what happens to the front wheel? Well, the front wheel goes in this bag. And now this wheel goes in the trunk. If your Porsche has comfort access, you can just do this. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Porsche comfort access. Come on, let's try this again. I have my keys here. Come on. Ah, there we go. It works every time. There we go. I've got my tennis stuff in here. This goes in here. I can also put my helmet in here. Actually, 2 helmets and a spare pump. We can close it now. And we're ready if you are single, but I have another bike to put on the roof. On this side, I've got this guy, this awesome Woom bike. And the beauty of this bike rack is that you don't have to take the wheels off. So I think I'm gonna have to get the same one, honestly, for my mountain bike, because as you saw, it doesn't necessarily work for my axles. But let's put this on here. So this is how we're gonna do it. Gonna snap it in place like that. Then we're gonna use this guy to hold everything in place. Oh, look, it came out. Oh, all right, there we go. And we're done. See, it was nice and easy if you know what you're doing. It took me about an hour because I was filming and trying to goof around with you, and obviously I had the wrong bike in the beginning. But let's see, let's check this out. Will the pedals hit? Woo, very close. But no, the pedals will not hit. This is holding very, very, very sturdy. The little bike in the back also holding very, very sturdy. And look how cool this looks. Look, I'm gonna step away. How awesome does this look? This is like a Safari 911. Matt Farah, I'm coming for you. But anyways, let's take a look at it around. Let's look at it once again. So this is what it looks like on this side. And this is what the little bike looks like on this side. And as you can see, this is a better mount because you don't have to take the wheels off. So I'm gonna, as I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna invest in a similar one for the other side. Although this is good for cycling. Anyways, we are gonna finish. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'm gonna try to link the stuff that I used today in the description for you in case you are interested in getting a similar setup. And thank you very much for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next video. But now we're gonna go for a ride. Bye-bye. Yes, I forgot to close these. Many of you will ask, how does the sunroof work with this system on? Well, check this out. Oops. All right. So I did not expect that. So it appears that the sunroof hits this and it opens up just a little bit. Well, that was totally unexpected. And then what happens if we just want to put this thing in the middle? Okay, so it vents like this. You can only open it backwards a little bit. So that's one of the drawbacks of having this system.